All right, welcome back to Blue by 90. I am Justin, joined by Jack and Kaylin as always. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone. It is, what is it? Is it Christmas Eve?
No, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Tomorrow's
Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I've been celebrating. I've been drinking all week like it's Christmas. I don't know if you guys have too, but it's like, I mean, first of all, if you don't cash it in at work for the entire week before Christmas, like what are you really doing? I feel like that's the holiday spirit we got to get in, right?
Dude, I've got a great. So last night, I don't know if I told you guys, I had to be up at 4:30 this morning. And I was out with you guys till like midnight.
Yeah, we were out kind of late for a Wednesday.
Yeah, but I literally came home, sat in this recliner, turned on Star Wars, and fell asleep probably at like 1:00. Woke up at 4:30, like I got to get my life together. Jump in the shower, head to work. But I totally cashed it in this week. I had like days off that like didn't need days off. My boss was like, "Hey, we're gonna have to use some PTO this week to make up for the hours you missed." I'm like, "That's cool. That's totally fine." I was able to chill all week and do nothing, so it was great.
Love it. Yeah,
That's amazing.
I mean, I feel like this week has got to be one of the like least productive weeks for anybody or for any week of the year, right? So bowl games start at like noon. I'm starting to watch football. It's like every day it's like, oh, what game is on? You know, it's some random game, teams I haven't seen in years. I'm watching and I'm like absolutely hooked.
Well, yeah, you said games on every day. I literally check the Barstool Sportsbook app every morning. I'm like, what games can I bet on? I'm pretty sure I'm like 0 for my last 10, but one of these days I'm gonna hit and I'm gonna make some money. So I might start back up tomorrow.
And I mean, now this week with COVID, the NFL has played like every day for the past 10 days too. So it's like, it's just, I can't tell what day it is because everything in my life revolves around sports. So if
of course
the NFL is not playing on a Thursday, Sunday, or Monday, I'm like, what is going on here? I don't know what's going on. So
I know.
I was watching on Tuesday earlier this week. Like, what universe is this?
I don't know, man. It's the best time of the year, though. Football all year round or football all day long, all week long, all of it. So I'm all about it, and we'll keep it rolling here for at least the weekend, and then next weekend it's like, or next week, Monday I got to go into work, and then Tuesday leaving for Miami, baby. So
God,
oh my God, it's still. I'll say this: it is super surreal that I'm really going to Miami to watch Michigan play in the fucking college football playoff, like playing for a spot in the national title game. Like talk about what world are we in? I mean, it just doesn't feel real.
I'm just hoping they make it to Indy on January 10th. I already got my days off work. You know, I'm manifesting it.
More PTO.
More PTO. I know.
You're going to be fired.
We actually can't pay you this pay period.
Yeah, you'll have to be taking that unpaid time.
Yeah, but it's a new year. I'll have a new set of hours. So I'll be good. I'll be covered.
There you go. All right. So, I mean, that's obviously just a wild feeling. You know what else is a wild feeling? That we're best friends with Jim Harbaugh now. I think that's how it works.
We tried to keep it secret for a while, but you know, it's out there. It's something we're very, very proud of.
Yeah,
I'm glad the season's gone this way because it's obvious that he's been listening to us. So
yeah, should we be taking credit for this season? Is this us?
I feel like we should be. I feel like we really should. I don't like to toot our own horn, but it feels like without us, like none of this would have happened.
Yeah. If you have no idea what we're talking about, Jim Harbaugh wore a Blue by 90 shirt on Tuesday, was it?
Tuesday.
So the Michigan, we hooked up for anybody that wants to know the backstory here, we hooked up the offensive line with Run the Damn Ball shirts. And they won the Offensive Line of the Year award for the entire country, which was awesome. Congrats to those guys. Very well deserved. But we've become, pretty close with a lot of those guys on the line. And so we got them the shirts. All of a sudden we see freaking Jim Harbaugh at the trophy ceremony with the Blue by 90 logo on his sleeve, wearing the Run the Damn Ball shirt. It was incredible. I was dying laughing at first because I was just like, talk about things that can't be real. I mean, freaking Jim Harbaugh wearing our merch, dude.
Well, it's funny. I was telling you last night that like my wife came downstairs and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm just so emotional right now. Like I could cry. I could cry tears of joy. This is the coolest day of my life. It's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me." Like I was just like, I felt like I was on cloud 9 for a full 10 straight hours after you guys sent that. That was what a cool thing. What a cool experience. I felt like I was
amazing. It was so amazing. Yeah, I'm with you.
AP coach of the year. I mean, Jim Harbaugh is a celebrity in his own self just because he's Jim Harbaugh in his past, but this year specifically, you know, for him to rock it was just super cool. And you can go buy it at blueby90shop.com. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, if you haven't seen it yet, go there and check it out. We've sold quite a few of them, so it's been very fun.
Get out of here.
Jack's trying to deal with his cat knocking over his camera
ridiculous.
Now.
Always playing with these cords and shit.
But yeah, you can go buy it on there. Hey, that's the plan. Keep running the ball. Obviously, Jim Gaddis was apparently wearing it around practice as well, and the entire O-line had them all on, which was awesome. So I kind of think that they like running the ball, and they're going to plan to do that.
You know, I hope they can do it well against that Georgia D line. Guess we'll find out.
I think it's all a fugazi, right? Like they're just run the damn ball, and then Cade's throwing for like 400 yards.
That's what that guy was saying in that article.
Yeah. It would be very, very unfortunate if we got everybody run the damn ball shirts and then they went out and ran for like 20 yards and everyone would be coming back at us. So we're not taking responsibility. Just don't come
as long as they win the game. Then it's fine.
That's true.
Then it's fine.
That's true. So but yeah, that was awesome to see. So go check out blueby90shop.com. So yeah, we are how many days away from 8 days away from the college football playoff, the Orange Bowl down in Miami, Michigan taking on Georgia. Everybody's got to know that, right? I have this weird feeling, like weird confidence that Michigan's going to win this game. I don't know how you guys are feeling. At first, I was like, there's no way. I still probably should be feeling this way. But with this team, I don't know how you can't have some sort of confidence just in the way that they present themselves, what they've done all year, everything. I'm not counting them out at all.
I'm with you, man. I think typically all of us can say this, and everybody listening too, like previous years, you don't expect Michigan to win these big games. Like now, it's like I expect them to win big games especially after, you know, you see them dominate Iowa in the Big Ten championship and then, you know, manhandle Ohio State at home. I have that expectation for the rest of the year now that they're just gonna, you know, play the game well, win it, whether it's close or a blowout. But I expect them to win a game, man. I feel good. And it's so much more fun as a fan that way. If you expect them to win and you can watch the game and actually enjoy it the entire way through. So I'm pumped, man. Hopefully bring those good vibes and that giant new beer bong to Miami. Get the people going.
Oh boy. Yeah. Shout out to Zach and Kaylee who got us a little Christmas present here. If you've ever been to a Blue by 90 tailgate, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But we have a double beer bong that a lot of people use, and it's very fun to take a couple beers in that way. They got us a standing beer bong that has a whole pole that keeps it up and everything, and it has 6 hoses on it. So we are really taking things to the next level. I'm debating whether to take it to Miami or not. For sure, it'll be at next year's tailgate, so something to look forward to there.
Now, do you drink all 6 yourself?
Oh no,
Yes,
no.
you have to go
it holds
around.
a 12-pack.
It holds a 12-pack of beer. So I think if you did it all yourself, you're a dead man.
Oh, I'd be a dead man.
Obviously.
Oh.
Yeah. It hell of a gift. Hell of a gift. I can't wait to try it out. The moment that thing gets put to use will be a day to remember. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or forget.
Or to never remember anything at all. There you go. Well, I wanted to let's get into a little preview, kind of let's go offense, defense for this game here. You know, we'll obviously have some more episodes before, but you know, it's never early enough to start thinking about what's going to go into this game. And then we have some questions from the listeners on Twitter that we will answer as well too a little bit later. But wanted to talk about Michigan's offense versus Georgia's defense. What we were just talking about, run the damn ball / throw the damn ball. What do you know, Georgia's defense before that Alabama game was giving up like literally 0 points. I did some math today when I was looking at it. So outside of the Clemson game, which was week 1, they won 10-3. And then outside of the Alabama game. So take away their first game and their last game. Georgia won by an average of 36 points per game. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they were by far the best team in the country before that Alabama game. Like, not even close. There was no question about it.
I'm really rethinking everything I just said about having so much confidence after I said that out loud.
Well, let's just not think about it too much.
All right, we won't think about it. But obviously, Georgia's defense is their strength. You know, they're not some high-powered offense, but they win by shutting teams out. How do you guys think Michigan's going to go about this? Because they're going to want to run the ball, but Georgia's going to just stack the box against them, I assume, and try to make Cade throw, don't you think?
I think so. I mean, we've seen Cade make throws that he needs to make, right? Like, I've definitely gained a lot more confidence in him. So I don't know, man. I don't want to think about it too much, but God damn it. You just ruined my whole fucking day. I hate you so much. I don't know. I looking at these numbers, I'm like, I forgot how good Georgia's defense was after one game to Alabama.
Go through it, because they didn't give up a point, I think, for like 12 straight quarter or 10 straight quarters or something before that Alabama game. I mean, that one game was against like Charleston Southern. I get it, but
still hate that.
Yeah, you know, fuck the SEC for that.
I don't know where you got that 10 straight quarters, but they did shut out Georgia Tech,
and the game before that.
Charleston Southern had an offensive performance for the ages. They scored a touchdown.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Maybe they scored in the first quarter and then like the last 3 or something.
I don't know. I made up the entire stat myself.
So, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Cat's out the bag. All the stats are made up here. Don't listen to anything we say.
Welcome to Blue by 90, where all the stats are made up and the points don't matter. Whose line is it anyway reference in 2021? What's going on?
Right over my head.
Right over your head. You just watch Star Wars all day.
Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, all that.
I've watched one Georgia game, and it was against Alabama. So that's pretty much all I know about them. I know they have a huge guy on the defensive line who's like literally as big as our offensive line.
Jordan Davis.
And a linebacker who's really good in cover. That's about it.
All right. Well, you're coming to Blue by 90 for the full preview. The full preview. No, I mean that honestly, everyone talks about Jordan Davis, who's their guy. The thing about Jordan Davis, though, is he literally only plays on like first down. Because he's too big and he doesn't have the stamina to play on second and third down and on passing downs. He's literally a run stopper. That's it. So I feel like their defense is made to stop very like prototypical offenses that are just trying to run at them and all that stuff. I know that they have a good passing defense as well too, but I think that people aren't going to give Josh Gaddis enough credit going into this game to say that Michigan can be creative enough in their run game to actually move the ball. That's my prediction.
I agree. I mean, I think he definitely needs to get creative to be able to run the ball well against his defense. And we've seen him be pretty creative, last 2 games he's been out there. So, I mean, he won what? He won what was it, assistant coach of the season or
coordinator of the year? Yeah.
Coordinator of the year. So, I mean, he's proven himself this year and he just needs to do it against Georgia. I mean, that it's gonna be the biggest test of the year by far, obviously, right? Like Georgia was far and away the best team in the country before they played Alabama. I mean, maybe they should even still be number 1, every team's had one bad game this year, at least.
Yeah.
And that was their one bad game. Hopefully they'll have a second. But so far that was it. So yeah, Gaddis will really have to get creative and prove his worth even more.
It's interesting because I've listened to quite a bit of like other, people talking from Georgia and like trying to get what's their perception of Michigan. And they always say like they have 2 really good running backs and have a good offensive line, but they always say that Michigan runs like right between the tackles every time.
Yeah, it's not true.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, so you haven't watched any Michigan film. Because every game that we've run the ball very well, we're outside of the tackles. We're getting out in space. We're getting blockers and pulling guys out. And I think that's Josh Gaddis's creativity, especially down the stretch, right? And if you really want to get creative, you can talk about how he's moved the ball out and like screens and things like that. And I'm like, all right, well, that kind of takes this Jordan Davis guy essentially out of the equation in my eyes. So
yeah, and I think too, the way that Josh Gaddis has run in between the tackles when he has also been creative. They go trap, they go zone read, they do all these different things where they essentially can run in the same gap, but like 5 different ways, right? They can block it 5 different ways or hand it off to, have it in shotgun, have it in pistol, like all these different things. That's where I think Josh Gaddis has been so good. And actually, I think, we'll talk about the defense here in a second. That's why Mike McDonald has been so good. Both of them have done really good jobs at running the same stuff, but disguising it very well pre-snap. So that's what I'm excited to see what he can do. I also want to see them be aggressive early, the same way they were in that Iowa game. Hey, let's go get it, because I could see this game. Georgia's going to try to run down Michigan's throat too, right? They're 100% not trying to have Stetson Bennett, whatever his name is, throw the ball at all if they don't have to. So this could be like the first 3 drives on each team is going to be like hand it off, hand it off, hand it off, hand it off, hand it off. So I would love though for Michigan not to do that. Try and take some deep shots quickly and catch Georgia off, or catch Georgia off guard and see what can happen.
Dude, don't sleep on Stetson. I know he looks like a math major, but he can move a little bit. He can throw a little bit. I mean, he's like
he stinks. Get out of here.
I mean, he has like 200 rushing yards.
He's quick though. He's quick.
Dude, David,
you might have well just hit me in the head with a wrench. I lost my mind.
I'm sorry. That was mean. That was rude of me. But the reason why I said it is because every Georgia person I've talked to, I've done a couple like YouTubes with some Georgia guys, and they're like, they want JT Daniels to start. They were literally hoping that Stetson Bennett got COVID and not JT Daniels, so that Daniels could start. They've all been calling for him all year. So,
oh my God.
I don't know what, I mean, I haven't watched Georgia a bunch this year either, but like, it's just wild to me that Michigan plays essentially 2 championship level games in a row here. Big Ten championship game. They have a QB controversy because in Iowa, because
Right.
both of their QBs
They're both
stink.
bad.
Yeah, and then you go to the next team who is essentially one of the best teams in the nation, and both of their QBs are not great, and they have some QB controversy.
Who are you talking about?
Listen, no, who are you talking about?
Are you talking about Georgia?
Yeah,
You said both of their QBs are not great?
correct. They have not
Jesus.
been great this year.
Okay. I might be insane. I'm looking up the stats here.
I mean,
That is the most ridiculous take I've ever heard in my entire life.
I mean, I've seen some of the stats, and Stetson's not like insane, right? He's not putting up insane numbers. They say he's mobile, and you're like, I mean, he ran for like 200 yards all year. I wouldn't call that like a Jalen Hurts or something. So, like,
because he doesn't need to.
I don't think
why? Because he's throwing it all over the place. They aren't like Alabama's offense or like Ohio State's offense.
Okay, here's Stetson Bennett's numbers.
All right.
64% completion percentage, solid. 2,325 yards, 24 TDs, 7 picks is more than I expected. But he averages 10 yards a completion. I mean, his deep ball is money. And you got to remember, for what was it, the first maybe three games, wasn't JT Daniels a starter before he got hurt?
Was he? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know, dude. I would definitely not say that they're,
I honestly
not good. Comparing them to Iowa is ridiculous.
I'm not comparing them to Iowa. I was just saying it was weird that you're going into these two games where, there's kind of a QB controversy. But honestly, what I'm going off of more than their stats is the fact that their own fans are like calling for the other quarterback. That's what I'm more going off of.
Okay.
Which is kind of wild.
I'm okay with that.
I didn't know all those stats that Jack just threw out. And they don't sound bad at all.
It doesn't sound like he's terrible. I don't know.
No, he's like Jake Rudock. Stetson Bennett is a Jake Rudock, but quicker and a better arm. That's what I would compare him to for Michigan fans to like understand the comparison.
Like, what are Cade's stats if we were going to try to like compare?
I think Cade has like 15 touchdowns ish.
To like 2 picks.
And like 3 picks.
I'll pull up. Stats guy.
We were just talking about this last night.
Fact checker. Yeah, he's on it.
He's got to be quicker though. He's the fact checker, but he takes an hour and a half.
Yeah, because I got a shitty fucking computer. No, my internet's fine. My computer sucks. I have a fucking Chromebook for $200. Does the bare minimum.
God, can we get a GoFundMe going for Jack here to buy a compatible computer?
Please, Jesus. If I ever had like a MacBook, I would like feel like the king of the world. All right, Cade McNamara. 64% completion percentage, 2,470 yards, 15 TDs, 4 picks.
So Stetson Bennett is kind of like a more turnovers, but kind of similar to Cade McNamara.
I mean, their ratios are pretty spot on. 15-4 to 27-7 or 24-7.
Yeah, okay. I can see it.
I mean, I think if Stetson Bennett was a starter all year, he'd have 3,000 passing yards. No question.
So you can't sleep on him, is what we're saying.
No, fuck no. No. And all the talent Georgia has, I mean, they've had like the top recruiting class last 3 years or something.
Daniels was the starter in the Clemson game.
Yep.
But then Bennett had 288 passing yards in their second game against UAB. Then Daniels went back in.
Yeah, see, it was weird. Like they've kind of been back and forth all year, and then Daniels got hurt, and Stetson Bennett just never let go of the job.
You know what I think I'm basing this on? His name is Stetson. What the fuck kind of name is that? What are we doing here?
Kind of like it.
Yeah,
Stetson.
Well,
I feel like if your name was Stetson, you'd be a lot cooler.
Don't even start with me.
Yeah, start talking about Stetson Rowe. Who is Stetson Rowe?
Who is Stetson?
Who is Stetson Rowe? That could be like a cousin of yours.
He's also got Brock Bowers, who is the best tight end in the whole country that he's throwing to. He's 6'8", like 240 pounds, and runs a 4.8 40.
It's a great.
Is he like a freshman too?
Yeah, he's fresh. He's unreal, dude.
God.
6'4", 230. He has almost 50 catches for 800 yards and 11 TDs this year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right, we've really derailed there from the
really derailed. Yeah.
So the funny thing is that we were talking about Michigan's offense going against Georgia's defense there, and somehow got talking about their QB. But their offense going against our defense, I can see them trying to exploit that, and get it to Brock Bowers a lot. Who do you think is going to guard Brock Bowers? Dak?
I mean, no. I think probably a linebacker. I mean, probably Josh Ross or maybe Colson. Our boy, All-American Colson.
I wouldn't doubt it if it's Colson or Nakai Hill-Green, or even you bring in Mike Barrett, our other guy.
You know what I wouldn't. Yeah, Barrett would be good too. But you know what I wouldn't hate is putting Hawkins on him. Bring Hawkins up.
I don't hate that. That.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was 6'8". That's absolutely
He's not. He's 6'4". He's 6'4". Oh. I was exaggerating.
He's not 6'8".
You had me.
You and your stats today are all fucked up, man.
I'm just exaggerating everything. That's what I worry about. I think is a couple of those things where I don't really know how we're going to guard them. I mean, in general too, here's the thing that Michigan's defense needs to do to get Georgia's offense off the rocker is same thing we've done all year. Get to the quarterback, right? Yeah. Like that's the key. Is if Stetson Bennett is, I just don't think he's like the guy, right? I don't think he's like, I mean, to be all right.
You're the guy. You're the guy.
Yeah, whatever.
Inside joke.
Inside joke there for nobody listen. There's like 3 listeners out there.
Zach will appreciate it. Yeah.
But I just don't think that you're gonna be like, I don't know, Stetson Bennett's not gonna hurt you. He'll hurt you in pieces, but he's not gonna like break your back type of thing. He's gonna go out.
So.
As soon as I say this, I'm 100% sure now he's throwing for 500 yards on us. Like, just because I'm saying
can't sleep on him, man. I mean, Michigan's defense is good though. We got one of the top secondaries in the country. We got the 2 best edge rushers in the country. Our linebacking core is very solid. Michigan's defense, I think they'll be able to hold their own. I do think it'll be a low-scoring game. I mean, these are 2 of the best defenses in the country. I think it'll be. I mean, I think the over/under is like 45 for this game. I might take the under. Root for some defense in this matchup.
I mean, Stetson Bennett, he does not like equate in my eyes to like a similar QB as like Ohio State, right?
Right.
I think Georgia has a really good offensive line and they have some amazing wide receivers. It's similar to Ohio State, right? A great offensive line, some great receivers, but they had a really good QB who could take advantage of some of these situations that just drop dimes. I don't think Stetson has that level of ability. And so I think that's where getting pressure on the quarterback becomes a difference maker in this game.
All right. I will respectfully disagree with you guys.
All right. Well, it's okay to disagree. It's just that you're an idiot, Jack.
That's fine. That's fine. I own my position here.
All right. I'm watching Stetson Bennett. I'm watching Stetson Bennett highlights versus Kentucky right now. The first 3 passes are all rollouts, and he just hits his tight end going on an out route that's like 5 yards, and the tight end runs for like 30 yards.
Good for him. Take what you're given, Shit, he's a smart quarterback. That's fine.
It sounds like
Why am I rooting for Georgia now? Why am I rooting for Georgia? What have you guys done to me?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. He's gonna be way better than I think he is. I'm 100% sure of that.
100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
But I just don't think that he's the gonna kill us. So I do think that if you can get to him though, and then all of a sudden here's what I do think about the mentality versus Georgia. They didn't have anybody even close to them this whole year past Clemson. That Clemson game was 10-3 in the first game of the year. We didn't even know that Clemson stunk at that time, right?
Right. That's a good
since
point.
then, they didn't. I mean, guys literally wouldn't play in the fourth quarter for them ever, like barely in the second half. So as soon as they got punched in the mouth by Alabama, because I think here's what happened. They went up 10-0 in that first quarter. And then in the second quarter, Alabama stopped them twice and then scored 3 times in a row. And then all of a sudden, Georgia was like, what the fuck happened? And they didn't know what to do. So if you can punch them in the mouth a couple times early, I've said this all year. I mean, this was how Aiden Hutchinson has been so impactful this year and how Michigan has gotten away with a lot of wins. If you can get Stetson Bennett on his back early and get them on their heels, as well as Michigan taking their own deep shots, I think all of a sudden they're going to be like, hold on, Michigan wasn't supposed to be this way. Michigan's got nothing to lose. Why not take these shots, right?
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you there. I don't know.
I think like Michigan and Georgia fans actually have a lot of reason to kind of commiserate together, right? Because Alabama is their Ohio State, right? They just haven't been able to beat them. So and we know what that's been like as Michigan fans to not beat Ohio State. And then the next game, it's like the energy is just not there.
Right.
So for Georgia, it's going to be interesting to see, are they able to kind of come back? It'll say a lot about their culture. And for Michigan, they're like, hey, man, we finally have done it. So we're all systems go, full steam ahead, and we're ready to prove ourselves. But for them, it's like, are they going to have that man, we just can't get it done by?
I totally agree there. I actually just wrote an article about this on Amazing Brew, and they're only the third team that is going into the college football playoff coming off of a loss. 2020 Notre Dame did it last season. They lost in the ACC championship game because they played in the ACC last year because of weird COVID stuff, and lost to Clemson, who was the number 2 team in the country, still got in, and then got the shit kicked by Alabama. The other team to do it was Alabama in 2017, who lost to Auburn in the Iron Bowl, didn't make the SEC championship game, still got into the college football playoff, and then went out and won 2 games in a row and beat Georgia in the national title in overtime. So I think it can go one of 2 ways. And those are the 2 examples. You either lose and you're like Notre Dame and you're like, I don't know if we're really this good. We're not supposed to be here. We can't get over the Alabama hump. We still got to beat them, probably to win the national title anyways. So what are we doing here? Or you can be Alabama and be like, I'm pissed off right now that we just lost this game. We're going to go kick the crap out of Michigan so we get our shot against Alabama again. That would be what I would be worried about for Georgia's mentality coming into this one.
Yeah. Man, Georgia fans got it bad. I think we thought we had it bad.
I know.
I didn't realize, I think Kalen, you sent it over to us, but Georgia hasn't beaten Bama since 2008, right?
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
I feel the pain though.
Yeah, that's long. I mean, I didn't know there was a longer, in an actual big time rivalry. I did not know there was a longer drought than Michigan, Ohio State, but that is wild. And I think the thing for them that hurts even more is that losing an double OT in the freaking national title game to them too. They've won in dramatic fashion multiple times to them too. So I don't know. I think there's definitely something to say about that. I also think there's something to say about Michigan, how much momentum they've had, for the past month, right? Last month of the season was like just all systems go. Everything that happened was unbelievable, and they were just going. I wish that Michigan and Georgia were playing, last week, right? I wish they played right after the Big Ten championship game, and it was like Georgia's coming off a loss, they're all defeated, and Michigan's just like, well, let's keep this train rolling. This whole 30-day off thing is like, that's scaring me a little bit too. Does Michigan somehow, does the momentum wear off a little bit?
I mean, I was thinking about the same thing, man. But in regards to the game, I think because both defenses are so good, I think this game is going to be all about momentum. I mean, most college football games are, but I think this one in particular, because points, I think, will be at such a rarity in this game. So, I mean, one team gets momentum and they score a touchdown. I mean, that could be the difference, difference in the game right there. Even a field goal could be a difference in the game. I think it'll be a close, low-scoring game.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be physical for 60 minutes, right? I mean, both teams, that's their entire MO. Mm-hmm. So I think it would be really interesting.
I was confident. I've talked about it a lot. Now I'm nervous.
Talk yourself out of it. Well, let's get to some fun questions. Didn't we get some fun questions?
Yeah,
from,
we did.
The Twitter sphere.
Yeah. So let's go to the questions. All right. So, here, you want a fun question to mix it up here a little bit?
Well, I guess if we've got a football one, let's start with that one, and we'll end with the fun ones.
All right. I like this one here. Fill in the blank. Michigan won the Orange Bowl because its blank dominated Georgia's blank unit.
I'm going to say because Michigan's secondary dominated Georgia's receivers.
Okay. I'm going to go with the obvious one, the run the damn ball, because Michigan's offensive line dominated their defense.
I'm going to go with an X factor. Michigan's special teams dominated Georgia's special teams. Our boys, Moody and Robbins.
Baby.
The punt block team as well. They could be an X factor as well.
I like that.
Leading receiver and leading rusher. Leading rusher is pretty interesting because it's obviously been Haskins for the second half of the season because Blake's been injured, but I have to imagine he's as close to 100% as possible.
Well, and also with Donovan Edwards, I mean, he could have a big breakaway run, So what did it say? Leading rusher and leading receiver?
Yep.
I mean, I'll say Haskins for rusher because I think that's a safe bet. And then leading receiver. I mean, I feel like Cornelius Johnson's the obvious choice, but I'm gonna go with my boy Mikey Samersville, man. I like him. He doesn't get enough attention. That kid is nasty on the field.
Love that one.
I'm gonna say that it's a trick question, and I'm going with the same guy, Donovan Edwards.
Wow,
hey, there you go.
I like that. I like that a lot. That could be. I mean,
that's a possibility.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. How about this question? Would you rather tackle Jordan Davis? Or sorry,
no.
Would you rather try to block Jordan Davis or tackle Blake Corum?
Mine is I was talking to you guys about this earlier, but I've got no fucking chance of tackling Blake Corum. I'll tell you that. Not that I have a better chance of blocking Jordan Davis. I just feel Jordan Davis, if he's right in front of me, I feel like it puts me in a better position. Blake Corum, if there's space, I'm not getting.
You don't have to move
20 yards of him.
You don't have to really move side to side to try and block Jordan Davis, right?
No, if I can get away with a hold here or there, maybe I can slow him down for like a millisecond. But that's the best I'm gonna get done.
The best chance that you have is just like trying to hold on to him and pull him down over top of you.
I was like,
Yeah.
fall backwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would
goodness.
pay a lot of money to try and watch you not get juked out by Blake Corum, though, because
I would literally just stand there and be like, I'm not going to hurt myself. 'Cause I would tear something.
100%
Oh.
chance of torn ACL there.
Yeah, I'd be going off that field on a stretcher.
Well, I
my
feel like
God.
that's the same thing that would happen if I tried to block Jordan Davis. I'd be like, I can do this. And then just like, what's that? Like not another teen movie where the guy's body's just like,
Oh my God. Catch the touchdown.
That would be me.
Just gets fucking obliterated.
I can only imagine how bad 350 pounds over like on top of you must feel.
I feel like there was an easy joke I could put in there, but I'm just not going to do it.
Well, that's just rude. Just because I've fattened up a little bit because it's the holidays, that's really fucking rude of you. New year, new me, come January 1, 2022.
That's right, baby. Every year.
Yeah, for sure.
starting tomorrow.
All right. What is the go-to drink at a family gathering? I guess let's make it Christmas themed here.
Okay. I don't do many Christmas themed drinks. I still have yet to do eggnog. So I want to try eggnog with Bullet bourbon. Love Bullet. That would probably be my go-to drink. So if I can mix that with eggnog and it tastes all right, maybe I'll try that this year.
I like that one. I'm a big eggnog guy.
What do you put in it?
I just drink it straight.
It's not, it doesn't have booze in it already, does it?
No.
So you drink it without booze?
Well, I also drank it when I was a child. So at like 8 years old, I wasn't like, yeah, let me put some bourbon in here.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you on that statement.
I was always a fan of the like holiday themed like ales and stuff like that like Sam Adams.
The Sam Adams ones. Yeah. The variety pack. That is
Yeah.
nice. I do like those.
So I usually like trying that, or even just trying something different, right? One of the different like locals.
Dude, those were some of my first beers. I remember being in Kinch's basement drinking Sam Adams Cold Snap and White Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Isn't it what is it? The Winter White? Is it Bell's Winter White or
I think it's I think it is Bell's.
That sounds right.
I think that's a good one. I was drinking a winter one last night. I can't remember which one it was too that I liked. Yeah, I've actually gotten there a couple times. I can't remember what brand it is. I think it is Sam Adams does like a 12 days of Christmas type beer thing, which is really good too. So yeah, that's solid. That's solid. All right. What other questions do we got here? Let's see. Did you guys have any, like, do you have any horror stories of presents? Like you either gave a bad present, got a bad present, or like something got screwed up or what? Jack,
So
you're laughing. What?
Yeah, like literally the first thing like popped to my mind. So question, like I don't know if you guys do this or your families do this, but do you guys do like a tradition of like getting pajamas on Christmas?
No, but I've heard about it. Yeah.
Okay, so people do it apparently, right? So it was either last Christmas or 2 Christmases ago, and I don't know about other people. I don't wear underwear with pajamas, right? Like that's like a normal thing.
Well, I know you're weird. You don't wear underwear with like jeans sometimes too.
Well, yeah, because otherwise it gets too hot and like bunchy and
Okay, that's the wildest thing. I've said this to you.
Dude, I'm telling you, go commando in jeans. Whoever's listening to this, if you do this as well, please let us know. Please let me know. But it's the most comfortable thing. It will change your life for the better. I promise you that.
Literally sounds like the least comfortable thing you could ever do.
It's so much more comfortable.
Caleb.
It's so much more comfortable.
I mean, having my
you don't have to adjust underwear the entire time you're wearing fucking jeans.
Having my junk not only rub against the jeans part, which doesn't sound good, but also having a greater chance of zipping up my dick sounds just awful.
It's gotta be careful. You just gotta tuck it back when you zip up.
Well, I gotta tuck it in between my legs, like
no, just like bend forward and make sure you're not dangling out the hole when you're zipping up.
You're just like Silence of the Lambs all day.
Yeah. Anyway, getting away from my story. We'll get back. So we had so apparently I'm a serial killer because I don't wear underwear with pajamas.
Yeah,
So
you are.
we so like Lori, my mother-in-law, got us all pajamas for like Christmas. We're putting them on Christmas morning. And luckily I brought another pair because I like the pairs that don't have like the fly hole, right? Because if I'm not wearing anything under, I don't want anything falling out. So I was wearing those instead of the ones that she got me. And she's like, why are you wearing the new ones? And it was like funny. Like I'm like sitting there, I'm like, like I don't want to like is it weird if I say that? But Heather's like, oh, because he doesn't wear underwear. Like that's why. We don't want anything moving on. She was like, oh, okay. So that was the first thing that popped in my mind.
Oh, that's incredible. That's a good one. That's a good one. Kaylin, you got anything?
That's much better than any story that I could ever tell. I mean, honestly, I'm not mad. I'm just like happy to get a gift in general, right? So like
just happy to be a part of things.
Right. Like, I mean, the last time I got like a gift I didn't want, I was like a little kid, right? And I got like socks and underwear. And like no little kid wants that, right?
Now though, nowadays I look forward to new socks and new underwear every single
God.
I mean, some people on this podcast don't wear underwear, so they probably don't get them for Christmas, but the people that do, the normal people, I'm very excited about socks and underwear.
I will be clear, with sweatpants or shorts, depending on the fabric, I wear underwear. Like I'm not trying to be like flopping around.
Those are the only things I possibly wouldn't wear underwear with.
Well, then you're just flopping around like crazy. Like what? I'm not trying to be awkward.
Well, not in
front of people.
public.
Well, yeah, no. If I'm at home, I'm not fucking wearing underwear.
The only reason I'm wearing
only reason I'm wearing underwear right now is because we've got people coming over tonight. That's the only reason I'm wearing underwear. Literally, I get home from work, I take my underwear off, put my pants or shorts back on, I take my nap, and then I'm done with the underwear until the next day.
You put them right back on the next day?
Sometimes, gotta give them a little sniff, see what they smell like.
Jesus Christ. All right, we have gotten way too much of a glimpse into Jack's life today. Like way too much.
Oh, we have a good time around here.
Incredible. I do have a funny story too. So my mom, this is about my mom giving my brother a Christmas present. And so he apparently liked this band and the name is escaping me, but he liked this band that started with a V. And it's like this underground band, whatever. They're playing at a local place by him in Grand Rapids. Or so my mom thought. So my mom sees another band is playing at this place in Grand Rapids. They also start with a V. And so she totally thinks it's the band that my brother likes, but it's not at all. It's it's like an 80s cover band instead.
Oh, no.
He really likes. And so she gets him these tickets, and we're, me and Jacqueline are going over to their house a little bit later in the day on Christmas. So she let him open one present in the morning when they woke up. And this is only a couple years ago. So we're like mid-20s, right?
Yeah.
And so my mom gives it to him. He opens the gift, and it's tickets to this other 80s cover band that's not the band that he likes. And he's totally faking that he likes it, right? He's like, oh, thank you. This is great. Doing that whole thing that we've all done before. Oh, yeah, he's way too nice. And my mom's like, well, aren't you excited? And he's like, well, I don't know who these people are. And she's like, what do you mean? They're your favorite band. And so it was very funny. He said no, that's this band, not who these are. So he ended up going to the concert, said it was a great 80s cover band, but it was not what he really hoped to see, which was kind of funny.
That's awesome. At least he was a good sport about it.
Yeah. If you know my brother too, it's so much better because he's so quiet and kind of awkward about things, really. So he would just him in that situation where he has to try and play it off and can't and is acting so weird. It's just a perfect thing.
Well, it's funny too, like knowing your parents, like they could literally hand me a bag of dog shit and I'd be like, thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you. I'm gonna frame this in my house.
So true. They're like so sweet and so trying to like make everyone happy too.
Oh, they're the best.
They're the exact opposite of me. Exactly.
They are. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm like 90% sure you're adopted because they're too nice to have you as a son.
I wouldn't doubt it. All right, let's wrap it up with this one then. Favorite Christmas movie.
Oof.
This is a tough one.
It is a tough one.
There's obviously a lot of them. A lot. We could do a little snake draft, a little 2-round snake draft.
I like it. All right. So I'll lead off with honestly, I don't even know the name of the movie, but you guys know like the animated like Christmas like popular one. What's the name of that movie?
There's
it's
a
like
lot of
old.
them.
It's like old. Like it's old. Like it's like the animated Christmas movie.
He's like Frosty the Snowman or something, or
maybe.
Or are you thinking like Peanuts? Like with Snoopy?
No, it's like claymation almost.
Oh,
yeah, there's like the old 70s one with like Frosty the Snowman. There's like elves and shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are
yeah,
classic.
that's it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. All right, we'll come back to that one. I won't pick that one, but
Jack's first pick. He doesn't even know the name of the movie.
I've got one. So this is a newer movie, but The Night Before is one of my new favorite like Christmas movies. Have you guys seen that?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think I've seen it yet.
Seth Rogen, the guy from 500 Days of Summer. Yeah. That's a good one.
Seth Rogen's in a Christmas movie?
Oh, dude, it's incredible. It's so funny.
Right.
I mean, he's Jewish in the Christmas movie too. So like he's like, you know.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think Michael B.
Yeah,
Jordan.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So that's my first pick.
Okay.
They're both Avengers. Whatever.
Okay.
Right.
Kaylin, all right, you're up.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the absolute classic Home Alone.
Home Alone is a good one.
Always. In Home Alone, I think is one of the like rare movies where I think it was good that they did a couple of them, right? Like the Home Alone 2 is really good too, in my opinion.
Home Alone 2 is good, but
after
don't watch
2 it
Home
goes
Alone
downhill.
3. Don't watch Home Sweet Home Alone or whatever the new one is. Oh my goodness.
I completely agree with that. I mean, the original one is definitely the classic though.
We also just acknowledge that in Home Alone 2, Donald Trump is
wild.
Oh yeah.
Wild. Absolutely wild. All right. My number one is very easy for me. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's Elf. Because Will Ferrell is so freaking funny in that movie. I mean, I know that's like probably a very cliche one to pick, but it is a classic, and I quote that all the time. 9 a.m. Santa's coming to town. Santa.
I'm not that one. So it is Frosty the Snowman, I think. Kaylin. No, it's not. It's not Frosty the Snowman.
Oh.
Shit. All right. Oh, actually, it's not even my turn yet, so we're good.
Yeah,
go ahead, bro. What's your snake draft?
I'm gonna go with Die Hard.
Yes, thank God. I'm glad somebody did.
I'm just saying it just to cause controversy here.
I love it. It is a Christmas movie.
It's on Christmas. And you know what? While you're on that same topic, you can go with another great Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon. Great movie.
Is it? Never seen it.
Buddy cop on Christmas by the same guy who wrote Die Hard. Great time. If you hadn't seen it, turn it on Saturday.
So I'm looking on Rotten Tomatoes right now for the best Christmas movie, so I could find the one that I was talking about, and I did find it. But they've got Die Hard as number 12 all time best Christmas movie.
That's awesome.
All right, Kaylin, you're up.
I thought I just did.
Well, what'd you say?
He said Lethal Weapon.
Oh shit, my bad. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's the one I was thinking of.
Gotcha.
That is electric. That movie.
Electric. I don't think electronics were actually used in making the movie, but so
That's what makes it so electric. It's awesome. And then I'm gonna go honorable mention. Snake draft. Bad Santa.
oh, love Bad Santa. That's a good
Yeah.
one. I'll put up one honorable mention as well, just because the GOAT is in it. Vince Vaughn, Four Christmases. Great
Yep.
movie. Great movie too. Vince Vaughn is unbelievable in every movie he's
Love
ever
him.
been in.
Yeah, always good.
Just don't watch True Detective season 2.
Oof, yeah, not great in that.
All right. That will wrap it up here. You guys got anything else you want to touch on before we head out for the holidays? We'll have one more episode before the game early next week. And then I'll be heading down to Florida and soaking up the sun a little bit. I'm sure just get absolutely roasted by the sun down there because I haven't seen it in 4
Bring
months
back
up here.
Tomato Face Row.
Tomato
Oh,
Face
yeah.
will be back. I'm excited for that.
Should we do a live podcast from the beach possibly? Maybe.
It'd be awesome. But I also just hate my life because I'd be back here while you're on the beach. So
Sorry. All right. Well,
yeah, I got
anything
nothing.
else?
Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe, stay drunk. Have a good time.
stay
I
safe.
will
stay drunk.
actually look at some stats before our next episode, so I know a little.
I think we started off poorly, came back strong a little bit there at the end.
We need a
So,
stats guy. We need a stats guy.
We need a stats guy. That would be good. Yeah.
And I
Get
won't
somebody
use a
just to
Chromebook.
pick on.
Yeah. If anybody wants to be our
Intern?
intern Billy, that would be great. I don't even care. You don't even have to be named Billy. We'll still call you Billy.
We'll still call you
But-
Billy, but
But we will gladly take you.
all right, sounds good. Well, you can follow us at Blue by 90 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are on the Maize and Brew Network as well. So check it out there. Like I said, I wrote an article today. So go look for that on their website, maizenbrew.com. And we are on their podcast network as well. They've got the Brewcast, they've got Out of the Blue, they do recruiting roundup. So don't follow just us. We love you for following us, but go listen to everything else they've got. And we appreciate you guys. Go Blue. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Go Blue. Happy holidays.
Go Blue.